Hi, my name is Natalia Garcia. I am one of the registered dietitians working with the Manatee County Health Plan. Today, our topic is Man Up, Lean Up. And, you guys as the sheriff's office and department, I know you have hectic schedules and, very odd work schedules. And I understand and I certainly know that eating better can definitely be challenging, considering your work and what you do, and just, having those off hours, but I'm here to tell you that it's not impossible. I know you can do it. So something to keep in mind is that eating better doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's just a matter of, taking a few of the key points that I'm gonna tell you, which you probably already know, but the application tends to be challenging at times. But I'm here to tell you that you can do it, and if you can take a few key points and then apply those into your lifestyle, I think you're gonna be a step ahead. So to get started, I want to talk about meals. You may be on the road a lot, and you may not have eaten, for a long time. And I'm going to talk about snacks and their importance in preventing feeling super hunger, because when we feel hungry, no matter what, we are going to make poor choices, especially if we don't have, healthier foods or better food options available. So definitely gonna talk about snacks, good snacks and bad snacks. But before I jump into snacks, I wanna talk about meals. And I want to compare 3 meals, their calorie content and their fat content. Because believe it or not, we are what we eat, right? So if we consume excess amount of calories and excess amounts of fat, unfortunately, we will not be able to promote that lean body composition, that we want. So it's important to consider those things, when we sit down and have a meal or a snack. So to start off, I want you guys to take a look at this first meal, which is a McDonald's Quarter Pounder with cheese, large fries, and a very large soda. And to show you the amount of calories, I have it right here. Just a Quarter Pounder with cheese is it's 510, 26 grams of fat. The large fries at 500 calories more and 25 grams of fat. So that puts us right at 61 grams of fat. Unfortunately, not the healthy fat, but the saturated fat, which tends to be very much like butter. Saturated fats mostly, in the animal fats and also in some of the frying oils. So I'm using butter to show you how sticky saturated fat is. So if you take a look at this, how it's solid and sticky, it's a main source of saturated fat. It will be the same way in your body. So you can maybe think about, consuming such foods over time can build up to, that stickiness into your veins and arteries. So you may want to think that every time you may have to make a quick choice in terms of a meal and, just maybe go easy on the portions, or maybe not doing it as frequently, or maybe just planning ahead, to have another meal. So to show you how many grams, of fat actually looks like, I am going to take a see-through glass. I have my scale here. And we're also going to add the grams of sugar in the soda. So this is a large Coke and has an extra 280 calories and 76 grams of sugar, which I know sounds like a lot, but when you see these in a second, you'll be pretty surprised. So, if we take a look at this entire meal, it adds up to 1,290 calories and 61 grams of fat and 76 grams of sugar. So you're probably thinking, that's quite a lot. Well, it is, especially for the amount of food. I mean, this is not a whole lot of food. Probably won't fill you up as much. And I'm gonna show you, a few visuals to show you that in a second. But before, I want to spoon out the grams of sugar and the grams of fat so you can get a good visual of what you're eating every time you have a meal like that. And just, get you thinking about that. I don't expect you, to make healthy choices or go for salads, just from one day to another. Just want to create awareness that this is the purpose. Create awareness and hopefully encourage you to eat better. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you where we're at with each spoonful. So this is 9 grams, then that's 17. So we have a long ways, right? We said 76 grams. Wow. Okay, so we're at 25, 33, 42, 51, 58, 66, and hopefully, there we go, 76. So that's the sugar from our large, very large soda. Then let's go ahead and add our grams of saturated fat. And we're gonna go all the way to 60 grams, 61 grams. So I'm gonna tear that so we can see. So right now we are at 12.5. $23. Hopefully this is enough. 37. 62.1. 63. All right. So I want you to take a close look and see the grams of fat and grams of sugar, put into, because this is the way eventually ends up in your body. So, just try to get an idea, how the foods that you're eating transform once they're in your body. I know we don't tend to think about that, but it's important if we're trying to, eat better and stay healthy. Now, taking that into consideration, I want you to maybe think about, if you're willing to make some changes, which, hopefully can be easy, for you. I want to show you the calorie content in grams. Again, for another meal, it's a better meal. Over here we have a sub on a whole wheat multigrain with a lot of fiber. We have tons of veggies here. We have some cheese. We have some turkey. And the good thing about having a whole wheat bread and tons of veggies is that these two foods have a lot of fiber. So the way fiber helps you is that it takes longer to be broken down by your body. Therefore, it stays longer in your stomach, and therefore you will not feel hungry right away. So that means you're getting bang for your buck. Now, in addition to that, we have some lean turkey meat and some low-fat cheese. So that provides some protein. Protein, if you're wanting to lean up and man up, it's one of the most important nutrients because it builds your muscle mass, right? So every time you have a meal, you want to make sure you honor that muscle mass by having a lean source of protein, such as your chicken breast, your deli turkey. If you can make that low sodium even better, your fish, your tuna, your steak, even if it's flank, and sirloin, or pork, if you like pork chops, ham, such as Canadian bacon. All of those are great choices and can really help you maintain and promote that lean muscle mass growth that you're looking to maintain and gain. So to show you the calories, this is the sub. If you didn't put any cheese or mayo, it would be a very low calorie sub, 280 calories, and only 4 grams of fat, which would be in the turkey. Now, if you decided to add 1 slice of cheese, right? This would add 110 calories. That's when we eat dairy, I strongly encourage you to go for the low fat or non-fat if it's possible. And this also adds extra 9 grams of fat. And then if you add mayo, it adds extra 90 calories and 10 grams of fat. So what this meal ends up being is 490 calories and 22 grams of fat, which, if you take a look at these numbers, it's way better, way less than, 1,290 calories and 61 grams of fat. And believe me, this is going to keep you full for a long time, help you to be able to make those quick decisions. I know sometimes you need to make decisions on your feet, and you hopefully will be able to focus much better by fueling your mind and your body with quality fuel. We talked about how, whenever you have a meal, you want to think of your body as a high performance car. Let's say you're a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, you name it, right? If your body has the ability to run like a car like that, you tell me, you go to the gas station, what fuel do you put in your body? You put the premium fuel or the regular? Of course you're gonna go to the premium, right? Because your body's gonna run the best, you're gonna get the most out of that machine, your machine. So that's why every time you sit down and have a meal, just get bang from your buck, nutritionally in terms of that meal. Now, I wanna share the nutrition facts as another meal, and here I wanna focus on volume. So if we compare the volume of these two meals, and I'm gonna take the burger here, this doesn't seem like a lot of food, right? Even if I put the fries here, we can all fit it in this little box, right? And again, it's a lot of calories, a lot of fat, but now compare that to all this food. Now, I'm making an emphasis on this because just the way you like food, I like food as well, and whenever I sit down and have a meal, I like to see a lot of food. That just makes me feel good mentally, and makes me feel good here, right? So take a look at this. This is a great chef salad that, without any dressing, only has 220 calories, so very close to just the sub. If you wanted to add some dressing, that would add up to 320 calories and only 35 grams of fat. But something you can do here is actually get some olive oil, so you can get the good fats that can actually help you have better brain function, such as your olive oil, your avocado, those are great fats that can actually help you, have better brain function and be able to focus for those long hours that you have ahead of you. So, that's just one of the advantages of, choosing the right foods, not just to lose weight, which, you may be looking for, but, just to get the most out of that meal whenever you sit down and have that. All right, so having that said, I want you to take a look at this picture, and again, I'm gonna make an emphasis on volume of food. I want you to take a look at these pictures of 3 stomachs, and again, this is making an emphasis on volume. Here you see 400 calories of vegetables. Take a look at how much space these vegetables take into your stomach. It's filling you up, right? And it's very little calories. Now compare that to 400 calories of fried chicken, right? Same amount, but it's not even halfway full. So that means you're gonna be feeling pretty hungry very soon. And what happens when you feel hungry? Just the same way you would, I would make a poor choice. Believe me, if I'm hungry and I see a brownie, I'm gonna go for the brownie, right? If I'm not hungry, I'll probably have, the ability to make a better choice. Now compare that to 400 calories of oil, which would be in your French fries and you name it, other fast foods and snacks. So take a look at how little, volume in your stomach is actually that occupying. So, just something to think about every time you have a meal. Okay, now I want to talk about snacks for a second. I know snacks are an important part of your day, especially if you don't have time to have a meal because you're on the car, just, going here and there. And I want to go to, I want to show you some snacks and their calorie content. I know these tend to be some of the most popular snacks. I know we have some chips, but take a look at the grams of calories and grams of fat. That's quite a lot. Cheetos, 320 calories, 20 grams of fat. Doritos, 250 calories. We already said only that sub has 280. So you could be eating a sub, loaded with protein instead of that. Anyway, just to give you an idea of calories and grams of fat and sugar in some of these snacks. Pop-Tarts, I love them. They're very sweet and very tasty. However, a lot of calories, 420 calories, 10 grams of fat, and 40 grams of sugar. That's, probably about twice the amount of the sugar that you would find in a 12-ounce Coke, canned Coke. So just another thing to think about. So on talking about snacks, I want to show you some better snacks. Before I jump into that, I want to talk about some snacks that people usually think are good, but not really. and this is one of them. These 100-calorie packed snacks could be helpful for people because it's portion control. But again, you tell me, if you eat this, are you gonna be full after eating this? Probably not. I mean, look at the size of this. Nobody would get full by eating this, but it's 100 calories. Now, compare that to this apple, right? It's a little more food than just this, right? And it has a lot of fiber. Again, fiber is gonna keep you full and filled, so much better bang for your buck nutritionally if you have this over this. On that same note, talking about fiber, another great snack to have could be vegetables with some hummus. And again, hummus has some olive oil, so the purpose of including some healthy fats into your snacks and meals is that it keeps your appetite in check, right? So a lot of people that come to me and see me individually, they ask me, hey, Natalia, I thought that fats were all bad. How are you telling me to include olive oil or olives or avocado? And my answer to that is we do need fats, for brain function, hormones, testosterone, just everything. So you might as well include the fats that are going to help you achieve your goals. So this would be a great snack. You're just having some veggies with some hummus, I think would be a great choice. Now you're probably thinking, well, they may go bad, in the car. I actually travel around with a lunchbox, and no matter whether your coworkers think you're cool or not, I think that's least of your worries. But this gets me going. It's insulated. You can put this in the freezer the night before, and it will still be pretty cold and keep your food cold over a good amount of time. So just something to think about if you're on the road, maybe bringing a cooler. If you don't have a lot of space, maybe this would help. Just an idea. Okay, on that same note, on snacks, how about hard-boiled eggs? I mean, this is something that will just take you a few minutes in the morning while you're getting ready. Maybe you can even put them to boil the night before. And hey, this is packed with protein. So you could have this, you could have some low-sodium salsa, and instead of chips, which I know you may be looking forward to, I know we like chips because of their taste, but mostly because of their crunch, right? I love crunch, I love texture, but the issue with chips is that, take a look at this, 18 chips, right, are already providing you 150 calories and 9 grams of fat. So that's a lot for only 18 chips. Honestly, if you buy this bag or if I give you this bag, are you only going to eat 18 chips? Most likely not, just like anybody else, right? So how about we swap the chips for something that's crunchy, and I want to introduce you to one of my favorites. These are tostadas, and you can find these, I've seen these at Publix and at Walmart. They come in a container like this. And the awesome thing about these guys is that they're crunchy, so you can see. You can spread either some salsa or hummus, and you could actually eat that together with your eggs. Or you could also eat this together with low-fat cheese and make that a protein-packed snack with very, very little fat and calories. If you take a look at the nutrition facts, actually 2 tostadas, and look at this, this is pretty big, right? So 2 of these are only 85 calories, and you're probably wondering, what about fat? Well, guess what? 2 tostadas are only 0.6 grams of fat. So that's pretty awesome, right? And crunchy, which is what we're looking for. Okay, on that same note, in talking about crunch and keeping you full, how about some almonds? Nuts, again, are a great source of healthy fats. Healthy fats promote a lean body composition. And the awesome thing about these almonds is that these are unsalted. This is something that you do want to keep in mind, just the portion size. Nuts tend to be high in calories, so if you go nuts on nuts, it's not going to look good for you. You may just be eating a little too many calories. So just something to keep in mind. A handful, probably this big would be, about, right? So you're probably thinking, this is not going to make me full. And I don't expect this to be your only snack, but how about we have this, which is loaded with fiber, and maybe 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs, all right? So this is already a lot of food, right? And it's adding a lot of nutrition. You're getting some high quality protein, right? Which again is going to help you sustain and promote that lean muscle mass. We're gonna have some good amount of fiber, which is gonna keep you full and fueled. And we have some healthy fats, which will have a positive impact in your body composition, as well as your levels of hunger during the day. So those are a few snacks that I would encourage to keep in your car or keep in the office and just ready for you to go. Once again, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed with trying to make a lot of changes. A lot of people think that eating better is overwhelming, but guess what? It's not. Hopefully, you can take a few of the key points I just told you. You could focus on, planning meals, maybe, planning your snacks ahead, whatever you think you can work on that is realistic for you to apply into your daily lifestyle, and then just go from there. I know it's doable. I know you can do it. It's just a matter of doing it. Okay. To end, I want to remind you that you have 5 free visits with a registered dietitian as part of your health plan. So you can give me a call. My number, I'm going to put it right here. It's 941-264-4644. Or you can also shoot me an email to RD, like registered dietitian, nutrition group at gmail.com. So just remember, for calendar year, you get 5 visits free, when we can travel to your workplace, whatever it is that we need to do to get you started, get you motivated, and get you leaned up, and hopefully have an improved quality of life as well. Thank you, that's all.